Hi guys, my name is Yazzie and I'm currently on a weight loss journey. I used to be 162 kilos and now I am 86 kilos currently. I think that's a drop of 74 kilos, and essentially I want to share my tips and tricks of how I've lost that much weight, and just to sort of help me as well to document my weight loss journey, because I still want to lose a couple of more kilos. So to give you a bit of perspective, I am 176 centimeters tall, and a healthy weight range for my gender and height is around the 75 kilo mark. So I am trying to lose a little bit more body fat, and I have lost my weight so far through just focusing on diet and exercise. So it's a lot of weight to lose naturally, just without any medications or any weight loss surgery or anything like that. I've wanted to give a little bit of perspective of how I've been able to lose that much weight, because I've had a lot of family and friends ask me questions as to how I've been able to do it. So I thought this is an awesome platform to be able to do that. So right now I would say that my main number one tip has been calorie counting. And I know that that can be quite daunting and triggering for a lot of people, because I think they might have had bad experiences in the past counting calories, and maybe they've under or overestimated their calories, leaving themselves in maybe a worse situation than they were before they started counting the calories. So I suppose the best way to learn about counting calories, if that's something you'd be interested in, is knowing that there is no set amount of calories for everyone. So everyone is different. Everyone's a different, has a different body composition, meaning that you might have more muscle mass or more body fat, be a taller person, be a different gender, and all these things contribute to how many calories you should be consuming as an individual. So if you're watching like a favorite YouTuber that you love that gives a lot of health tips and things like that, and you're trying to copy their calories that they have per day, you might not be considering some factors like how many calories they burn on average per day. Are they a really fit sort of person? Are they into weightlifting, or are they more cardiovascular orientated? Like, do they go for lots of runs? Are they a marathon runner? What does their body do that's different to yours? So the best way that I could sort of give an explanation as to how many calories you should be consuming is look at the calculators that are free online. I personally looked at how many calories I can consume on MyFitnessPal. That's an app that you type in basically your gender, your height, and how much weight you want to lose in what time frame. And so my starting weight was 162 kilos, and so that would contribute that, because I had so much weight to lose, that I could consume more calories at that point in time, even while being in a calorie deficit, trying to lose weight essentially. So I started at I think it was 1800 calories. So that's where I started, and that was to lose a kilo per week. Now, you don't have to lose a kilo per week. I think most of us would like to do that. But if you want, or if you have a lot of weight to lose, you might want to think about trying to lose it slowly. And why I say that is because you can become quite burnt out with trying to be overwhelmed with this whole new way of eating and living than you were previously. So if you try to go at, from 0 to 100 in the beginning of your weight loss journey, you might be okay for the first 2 weeks or even a month, and good on you, that's great. But if you're in the same position that I was and I had a lot of weight to lose, you end up getting quite tired of the whole thing of counting calories, of eating right, and you get stressed, and then things come up in your life, and then you become overwhelmed and you just want to throw it all in. And the whole point of trying to lose weight is to essentially improve your life, improve how you can do daily tasks, and improve social aspects, being able to go out more and participate in fun activities that maybe as a heavier person you might not be able to do currently. You mightn't have that fitness level to go on hikes and hang out with your friends, things like that. So this is just my long-winded explanation saying and warning you that when it comes to counting calories, make sure you're looking at it as an individual. You're looking at your gender, you're looking at your height, you're looking at how much weight you have to lose, and how much exercise you do as well. Now, it is possible to lose weight without any exercise. It just means that you might have to be in a sort of bigger calorie deficit than what you would be if you were able to exercise a lot more. And it's different for everyone, because you could imagine that there could be people that are severely overweight that haven't worked out in a long time, and to even just go for a walk, and I'm talking from my personal experience, like to go for a 30-minute walk just around the block, and it's quite flat, that would have me so winded and so exhausted, and to assume that you have to do an hour of running every day in order to lose weight, I want you to change that idea that you might have in your head, because again, that's not going to be sustainable for your weight loss journey. You want to look at the long game. You want to look at, what can I do every day that's going to contribute to my weight loss and not overwhelm me? And so for me personally, I knew that going for walks was easier than going for runs, and that I wouldn't feel super exhausted. Well, to be honest, I was still exhausted because I was a lot heavier and my body wasn't used to exercising that much, so I was exhausted doing that 30 minutes. But I knew that I could do that. That was obtainable for me, and I was lucky enough that I didn't have knee injuries or other things holding me back, or bad ankles, things like that, that can kind of contribute to you not being able to move your body as much as you might want to. And side note as well, when it comes to exercising and using that as a tool to lose weight, so an added benefit, not the be all and end all, but like an extra plus. So look at exercise as being like an extra plus, because if you're thinking, okay, all I have to do is work out heaps and heaps and heaps and I'll lose weight and not change your diet, no, you're wrong. And if you think that I'm wrong, you will be proven wrong by yourself if that's your mentality. Because diet, improving your diet, improving what you're consuming into your body, and making sure that you're not over consuming your calories, meaning like your energy, is going to help you in the long run to be able to have a healthier mindset for food, which is going to help your mental health. It's going to help how your body feels. And then if you're fueling your body with the good stuff and you get used to eating the good stuff that maybe you haven't been used to eating, maybe even your whole life, you'll build a new relationship, a new, I suppose, ideology around food. For instance, for me, food was always about pleasure and enjoyment and socializing. It was never about fueling my body for life. I never saw it as that. But when I started to see food as a fuel source instead of purely pleasure, I was able to learn how to get that pleasure and satisfaction and the social aspect from other things, instead of having all my enjoyment be on food. And now it's going to be different for everyone, how they view food. I try to stay clear about saying their relationship with food, because I know that can upset people. They think, oh, you can't have a relationship with food. Well, let's say outlook on food. So your outlook on food might be the detriment to you having a lot of excess weight. And I know for a fact that for me personally, it definitely was. Looking at food as the only way to feel calm, the only way to feel happy, or the only way to please my mother, like things like that. Enjoying food and association with your family all around food. If you don't finish your food, that's rude, and that's an insult to whoever has prepared the meal. And once I started analyzing those things, my mindset around food, that helped a lot. Because instead of feeling guilty or sad that I wasn't eating with my family or my friends as much, as often, or the same things that they were eating, or eating the same things as my husband, because I was on a different, I had weight to lose that maybe they didn't, and that's okay. It is what it is, and I don't have to feel like I have to eat what they're eating, because they're in a different body and they're in a different mental headspace when it comes to food and life in general. So you don't, if you're on this journey of trying to lose a lot of weight, or even like 10, 15 kilos, which is still quite a lot of weight, but whether it's 50 kilos to like 5 kilos, looking at your mindset around why you have that extra weight, why, or or your outlook on food will help you in order to change and adapt your view on food. And when you change and adapt your view on food, that'll help you to make the changes you need to make. Like, for instance, for me, I would feel inclined, oh, my husband's eating a packet of chips, I'm going to eat a packet of chips. You know, my husband's eating sausage rolls, pies, chips. You know, he's a smaller person than me and a more active person than me. You know, so he can do that if he wants to. And still maintain a relatively healthy weight. Me, at the time of when I first started my weight loss journey, I was definitely nowhere near a healthy weight range. So I had to start looking at myself and being okay, learning how to be okay with not eating the same foods as family, friends, or even my husband. It was crazy how it really affected me. I was like, I want to eat the same thing. I don't want to miss out. I don't want to be not involved, you know. So I had a lot of, mental attachments to food, and that I had to change in order to lose weight. And that mental side of losing weight is a huge, like, I'm going to say, without analyzing the mental side of your outlook on food, I don't think you're going to last with your weight loss journey, because I've tried millions of diets over the years. I've always been overweight since I was like 7 years old. So I've always been overweight. And without, you know, so I've tried plenty of diets, and they've worked for a little while, but then I'd gain weight, and I'd gain more weight than I had previously, you know, and it wasn't until this time that I've been able to lose, you know, a lot of weight, 74 kilos, over a course of, I'm going to say, a year and a half, because I was able to be strong enough and brave enough to confirm what you already deep down know is those struggles that you might be facing internally, mentally, with food and with your relationships. Because let's be honest, you don't get to be morbidly obese because you just like pizza. It's not about liking pizza. It's not about liking ice cream. So yeah, you don't get to being morbidly obese because you just love the taste of food. It's definitely a contributing factor, but it's way more than that. It's going to be different for everyone, and your experiences could be similar to mine, or they could be completely different. And the only way and the only person that can help you really through this is yourself, and making the time to analyze that stuff and feeling uncomfortable and sometimes feeling miserable for a couple of hours or a couple of days, to be like, okay, I need to sit with these feelings. I need to sit with why. I need to sit with this stuff. And you, rest assured, you will come out on the other side with changed thinking. And with changed thinking will come changes in your diet, changes in your overall outlook, desires, and motivations for weight loss. Now, as I said before, I've been overweight my whole life, and the motivation for losing weight a couple of times throughout my life. I've lost 20 kilos there. I've lost 15 kilos there. I've done fun runs. I've been a couch potato. I've been a binge eater. I've been there, done that. And so I've learnt from this point in time of this current weight loss journey that it's the mental stuff that you're going to have to look at. If you really want to lose the weight, not just lose the weight, but keep off the weight, that's what you have to do. I hope that it's going to be daunting. It's going to be overwhelming at times when you realize that you are losing the weight, or you want to lose weight possibly for the wrong reasons. When I first started losing weight this time around, it was because I wanted to look like girls that I saw on Instagram. I was sick of feeling like a monster. I felt like I was super tall and super overweight, and I knew I had a lot of love to give, and I felt like people wouldn't allow me to share my love without my outside looking better. And that annoyed me. And it annoyed me to the point that, I wanted to do something about it. But that is not my motivation now. So my motivation from start to midway through changed. And that was because of the mental side of stuff that I analysed and looked at. So rest assured, it's not wrong to want to lose weight because you want to look like maybe your favourite pop star or Instagram's model, or like your fit cousin, or like whatever your motivation is. It's not necessarily wrong. But if you want to lose weight and keep it off, you're going to have a more purer motivation. And that pure motivation is going to be to feel healthier, to improve your relationships in life and at work, and to improve your outlook on life. And I know maybe for someone that hasn't been overweight for long, might be looking at me saying all this stuff like it's a little bit overkill, a little bit too much. But I can't relate to that. I can't relate to being 15 kilos overweight for a short amount of time during my whole life. I can't relate to that. I can only tell you from my perspective of my journey of my life, that I've always been overweight. I've always had a critical mindset to myself that I have to look a certain way. And funnily enough, having that critical mindset that I have to look a certain way only made me gain more weight, because I would be so overwhelmed by what I would have to do in order to lose weight that I thought, oh, stuff it. I'm going to eat heaps and heaps now. I'm just going to be this fat, overweight person for the rest of my life. And that is what it is. And I was born this way. And I had all these different ideologies that I don't have anymore. And I am 29 years old, and it's taken me that long to understand. And I'm glad that, even though it took a while, and I wish I could have done this in my teen years, and, but obviously it happened at the right time in a mental space that things happen at the right time in life, I assume, because with a lot of different things in my life, it's not until all the puzzle pieces fit together, it's not until, it's bizarre. Sometimes you want to push the issue, you want things to happen right now, you want the results right now so quickly. I want to be 20 kilos down and in a bikini, and I want to have like that really hot boyfriend or whatever your weird motivations are. It's not weird, it's just like, it's unfortunate that they are the motivations that most of us have, me included. Yeah, so it's something to lose the amount of weight that I have. It's not just counting calories. It's not just exercising, which, to be honest, I haven't done a whole lot of. I've just improved my walk times. So I started at 30 minutes and then I've gone to like an hour and a half on certain days. And it's not every day. Sometimes it's not even like once a week. Sometimes I'm working too much, I'm overwhelmed, but I stick to my calories and it works for me. So that's what you got to do. You got to find what works for you. I might do another video about how to count calories to go a little bit more in depth, to explain things that I haven't really explained in this video. I just wanted to essentially tell you how I've lost the weight and what's really helped me. But yeah, I hope some of the stuff that I've spoken about will help you to self-analyze and have a look at your motivations and be, you know, if you can be so critical of the way you look, try and develop and harness that critical nature that you have for the way that you look and put it into being critical of your motivations, critical of why you got here, and look at it from an overview of the whole thing. Like whether it's been like maybe you weren't overweight your whole life, but then you went through a breakup and you got sad, and maybe you started eating and you started not going out with your friends as much, you became a homebody, and then you weren't moving your body as much, and then, you know, you're not burning as many calories as what you might be ingesting. So that's a lot of things to look at there. So anyway, next time I'll talk about how to look at calorie counting in depth, if that's something you'd like to do. And yeah, stay tuned for those videos. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment down below what brought you here, what made you click on this video, and what is your journey right now? What is your motivations? I'd be really interested to know what your thoughts are. And until next time, have a great day, and stay tuned for more stuff about health and fitness and trying to lose weight. Okay, thank you. Bye guys.